Bat Fintech Quiz of the Year. I'm Lea Jakobiak, and we are going to look at the biggest fintech stories that dominated the month of March this year. Now, we've got 6 fantastic guests, 2 different teams. Can you just introduce yourselves and your team name if you have one?
Yeah, I'm Mark. I'm from CYBG Virgin, Advertin, and we are the Rockers.
Love it.
Laura from Apply Financial.
And I'm Tony from the Emerging Payments Association.
And this side?
So we are Team Internationalists.
Very good name.
My name's Andy Ramsden from G&D Mobile Security.
My name is Shaul David. I'm an independent fintech consultant.
And my name is Sylvia Carrasco, and I am the founder of a company called Goldex.
Great. Well, good luck to both sides before we kick off. Now, let's start the game. So, the biggest story, of course, in March was the fintech finance payments race between Hong Kong and Singapore, which saw T-Mobile win that race. Now, a recent survey showed that 41% of people still prefer to use their chip and PIN, whereas only 34% of people are completely comfortable with tapping. Now, looking at online fraud, Revolut came up with a fresh idea in order to get shit done. Can anyone tell me what that idea was?
So it was work. It was dynamic.
Was it work all day long?
So what could it be? So Revolut, fraud prevention, get shit.
Then they have dynamic PANs. So they change the PAN numbers on the cards. One-time use.
Yes. Well, yes. It's all about disposable cards.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
What do you think about the concept of disposable cards?
Well, it's an interesting idea from a security point of view, although even with 16 digits, they will run out eventually, I would have thought, when you take out the ones at the end, and it's a nice idea.
But you're not convinced?
Well, I don't know about the environmental aspects. Do you keep throwing away the cards? Doesn't sound very good for the planet.
Well, they're disposable virtual cards.
Oh, okay, virtual. Okay, well, that
Yes.
gets around the environmental issues then. Yeah, it's an interesting idea, I think.
Well, for this round, the right answer is virtual cards. And do you have any thoughts when it comes to virtual cards? Do you think it's a good idea?
Yeah, I guess the challenge with virtual cards, they're a great idea, but I store my card on Amazon and I use one-click all the time to pay for stuff. So kind of every time I throw that card away, I've got to load that back in. So I kind of like the service frictionless capability to buy stuff using the same card over and over.
Yes, yeah.
So I believe it's going to move to the point at which we all only need virtual card numbers.
Right.
We will use the form factor of our moment of choice, which could be a ring, it could be a key fob, it could be a card, and we have one number that applies to all of those different form factors.
Good point. Question 2, Wells Fargo faced some tricky years between 2010 and 2015 because of a coding error. But in March 2018, higher powers came into place as who put pressure on them to release a review into the whys and wherefores.
So, wasn't this the Catholic nuns that forced them to produce a report, I think it was?
Catholic nuns. I didn't have the Catholic nuns.
Do you have an answer?
I agree with that answer.
Okay, fair enough. Once again, correct, yes.
Well done,
Sister
guys.
Nora Nash of the Sisters of St. Francis of Philadelphia started this engagement to question Wells Fargo. And yeah, so another right answer, your end. Question 3. So Square came up with a new concept in March this year in order to get more millennials engaged. What were they offering to potential customers?
Mark?
You going to say?
We think cake.
Close. It's very linked. Yes.
Sandwiches.
Sweets.
Coffee. Oh, sorry.
Coffee.
We think it's coffee.
We think it's coffee.
We got it.
Don't ask me to keep a secret. So there we go. Okay, so the right answer is $1 off their coffee purchases. But speaking of cake, which company has teamed up with Cake Technologies in order to improve their customer service? It's a big one. It's a big company. Starting with A.
Apple.
Apple.
American Express.
Yes!
Yeah, we allowed you to do that.
Finally, a bit of a football question for all the sports fans, fintech sports fans. Standard Chartered have launched a digital-only bank in the Ivory Coast. Which famous footballer is its ambassador?
We think it's Didier
Drogba.
Yeah, we read that
We
too.
read it as well.
Oh, did you?
We just saw Ivory Coast, and he's the only footballer we use.
Okay, well, it's the correct answer. Yay! What Standard Chartered are trying to emulate is what DBS did in India. They got on board this cricket icon, and it was a huge success. And a general question for you, just looking at the year, 2018 has been a bit of a year when it comes to token placement. So Nick Clegg at Facebook, David Cameron at First Data. Can I just get your thoughts on that?
Sometimes it seems like a strange fit. Like Standard Charter, you think of as a corporate institution, and Didier Drogba, a footballer. It's a strange fit, but I've heard it's hugely successful. Like people in Ivory Coast, it really works. So,
Yes,
yeah, interesting
Why
idea.
not?
And I think Will.i.am at Atom Bank was another one.
Exactly,
So
yeah.
strange, but works. So.
Messi's a brand ambassador for blockchain phone, apparently. That was
Yes.
released last week.
Yes. Or Shaq for a company as well.
Shaq is in payments, some company. It was a star in Money 2020 in Vegas.
Yes,
Vegas.
exactly.
Vegas.
I'm available for hire after this, by the way.
You'll be getting inundated with calls. Yes.
Floyd Mayweather.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Well,
I don't think it is something new. This has been going on for years, right? I don't think 2018 is different to, Rafael Nadal, Roger Federer, Alonso, Hamilton. I mean, all these guys are ambassadors. Some of them even own their own companies. I'm thinking about a very famous Spanish footballer from Barcelona who has several startups and companies.
Yeah.
50 years ago, you had a famous actress sponsoring a UK traditional bank.
Yeah.
So I think it's just a continuation of ambassadors always been attached to the brand.
It would probably be remiss of me and career limiting not to mention the ultimate brand ambassador, Sir Richard from Virgin.
Yes, of course. Yeah.
My hunch here is that nobody out there really cares a hoot about payments, and so a brand ambassador is a bit sort of so what? You go out for dinner and you say, I'm in payments, and they go, right, and what would you like for drink? It is completely irrelevant.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure brand ambassadors have a role, really.
Oh, interesting.
Well, they can make payments more exciting.
Ta-da!
Yeah. And create headline news.
Yes, exactly.
That's true, but nobody wakes up in the morning and says, I'm dying to pay for something. They just don't do it. Payment is like in the background, and that's how it should be. Keep it low-key, and don't get too excited about payments unless you're in it, and then you can get really excited.
Before we end this fantastic round, I just want to give you the opportunity to just introduce your companies and who you are. So should we start over here?
Sure, I'm Tony Craddock. I'm the Director General of the Emerging Payments Association, and we are a community of thriving, progressive organisations that are trying to improve the world through innovative payment products and services.
I'm Bedborough. I'm Head of Business Development of Apply Financial. And we have a product, Validate API, which allows people to make bank-to-bank payments and know that they're correct at payment entry.
Hi, I'm Mark Curran. I'm the Director of Payments and Open Banking at CYBG, but as of very recently also Virgin Money. So we're now on a 3-year journey to bring both brands together, transform it into a new Virgin Money bank, and become the next real challenger to the big 5 banks in the UK.
Fantastic.
I'm Andy Ramsden from G&D Mobile Security. We're headquartered in Munich, and we bring payments to the mobile. So mobile security, authenticating payments, onboarding new customers into mobile, and of course paying with mobile.
I'm Shaul David. I'm an independent consultant to fintech companies. I work on go-to-market strategies and international expansion, and I previously was the UK government fintech advisor.
I'm Sylvia Carrasco. I was in a panel this morning, so maybe people are hearing me again. I am the founder and CEO of a company called Goldex, which is a UK app for people to be able to buy, store and sell physical gold online in a fractional basis, and also very soon consumers will be able to use their gold as if it was cash, with being able to use a MasterCard to liquidate in real time the value of their gold. So we make gold a currency again.
Now the moment we've all been waiting for. Who's the winner? Drum roll. Yay. It's you guys! Yay! Congratulations! Very sharp answers, actually. You're very in tune with March 2018.
We suck.
Yeah. And thank you to everyone who took part in this debate. And yes, next up, April.